Part 1. The Subtle Distance. Seattle rain has a way of seeping into your bones, even when you're inside. I used to find comfort in it, the gentle drizzle against our apartment windows on Capitol Hill, the fog rolling over Lake Union like a tired blanket. But lately, the sound only reminds me of distance. Distance between me and Anna. She wasn't always this way. When we first met, 4 years ago at a coffee shop near Pike Place, she had that easy smile that could cut through the gray. She used to laugh at my stupid jokes about overpriced lattes, or how the Space Needle looked like a UFO that never took off. But now, the silences linger. Her phone, once casually abandoned on the kitchen counter, never leaves her hand. She claims it's work, clients, deadlines, constant updates. I want to believe her. God knows I do. Still, I've noticed the little things. The way she turns her screen slightly when I walk by. The way she types fast, then stops when I'm near. The way her perfume lingers on her when she comes home later than usual, as if it's been refreshed. I tell myself it's just paranoia. That I'm tired from long shifts at the hospital. That marriage is supposed to evolve, that maybe this is just one of those rough patches people warn you about. But when she kissed me last night, it felt rehearsed. A habit. Not love. Part 2. Seattle Nights. One evening, I suggested we go for a walk down to Volunteer Park. The cherry blossoms were in bloom, soft pink against the stubborn Seattle drizzle. She agreed, but her eyes kept flicking to her phone. Anna, I said gently, you've been distracted lately. Is something going on? She squeezed my hand but didn't meet my eyes. Just work stress, Mark. You know how demanding it gets. Yeah, I replied, though the answer didn't satisfy me. That night, when she fell asleep, I stayed awake, listening to the rain tapping against our bedroom window. I stared at the ceiling, fighting the urge to check her phone. My father always told me trust was the backbone of a relationship. He also told me once you go looking for answers you're not ready for, you can't unsee them. But I couldn't shake the feeling that she was already slipping away. Part 3. The First Clue. A week later, I found the first crack in the facade. Her car smelled faintly of cologne that wasn't mine. Strong, musky, expensive. The kind of scent that clings to fabric. Did you give a coworker a ride? I asked casually over dinner. She looked startled, then laughed nervously. Yeah, one of the guys from the office. His car was in the shop. I nodded. But the explanation sat heavy in my stomach. That night, while doing laundry, I noticed her blouse, silky, elegant, had a faint smear of something dark near the collar. Lipstick? No. Wine, maybe. But we hadn't been out. I told myself I was imagining things. That paranoia was twisting reality. Yet the more I tried to rationalize, the more the doubts grew like mold in the corners of our apartment. Part 4. Conversations in the Rain. One Friday, I suggested we have dinner at our favorite Italian place near Belltown. She hesitated, then said she had a work thing. On a Friday night? I asked. She sighed. Mark, you're making this harder than it has to be. My job doesn't exactly clock out at 5. Her irritation stung. Anna rarely snapped at me before. When she left, I sat by the window, watching her taillights disappear into the wet streets. The rain blurred the view, turning the city into a watercolor painting. I thought about calling her office to confirm her story. But I didn't. Some part of me still clung to denial. Part 5. The Breaking Point. It happened on a Sunday morning. I was sipping coffee, scrolling through my emails, when her phone buzzed on the counter. She was in the shower. I shouldn't have. I know I shouldn't have. But my hand moved before my conscience could stop it. The message preview read, "Last night was amazing. Can't stop thinking about you. The sender's name, David. My vision blurred. I opened the thread. Dozens of messages. Late-night plans. Inside jokes. Compliments. Things she hadn't said to me in months. I felt the world collapse. When she came out of the shower, towel wrapped around her, humming a tune, I looked at her like I didn't even know who she was. "Who's David?" I asked quietly. She froze. The color drained from her face. Part 6. The confession. At first, she denied it. "He's just a friend. You're overreacting." But I read the messages aloud, my voice shaking. She broke down, covering her face with her hands. "It wasn't supposed to happen," she whispered. "It started at work. I didn't plan it, Mark. I swear." "How long?" My voice sounded foreign, detached. 3 months, she said finally, barely audible. 3 months. A quarter of a year. 90 days of lies, kisses meant for someone else, excuses, and silences. I wanted to scream. I wanted to throw something. Instead, I sat there, numb, staring at the floor as the rain pounded against the windows. Part 7. The fallout. We didn't talk for days. We moved around the apartment like ghosts, silent and heavy. I slept on the couch, though I barely slept at all. Friends noticed my absence. My coworkers asked if I was okay. I gave vague answers. How could I explain the fracture in my chest without falling apart? Anna tried to talk once, but her words sounded hollow. "I still love you, Mark. It was a mistake. I don't want to lose us." But how do you reconcile love with betrayal? How do you put trust back together once it's shattered like glass on concrete? Part 8. The decision. One night, I drove aimlessly through the city. Past the glowing Ferris wheel on the waterfront, past the crowded bars where laughter spilled into the streets, past the neighborhoods where strangers' windows glowed warm and inviting. I thought about my father again. About how he stayed with my mother after she cheated. How he drank himself into silence. How he wasted years trying to fix something broken. I pulled over near Kerry Park, where the skyline stretched beneath me, the Space Needle piercing the cloudy night. The city looked so alive, so full of possibilities. And I realized I had to make a choice. Stay. Or leave. Part 9. The final confrontation. When I came home, Anna was waiting, her eyes red from crying. "Mark, please," she begged. "I ended it with him. I made a mistake, but I want us. Don't throw this away." Her words twisted in me. Part of me wanted to believe her, to cling to the years we shared. But the other part, the louder, truer part, knew that every time her phone buzzed, every time she said she was working late, I'd wonder. "You broke something in me, Anna," I said quietly. "And I can't fix it. I don't think we can fix it." Her tears fell, but I felt strangely calm. Part 10. Beneath the rain. I packed my things 2 days later. Just the essentials, clothes, books, a few keepsakes. I didn't need much. When I closed the apartment door behind me, the rain was waiting. Soft, steady, endless. I stood there for a moment, letting it soak into my jacket, into my skin. Seattle felt both suffocating and freeing at once. This was the city where I fell in love, and the city where love betrayed me. As I walked away, I realized I wasn't just leaving Anna. I was leaving behind the man who ignored the signs, who made excuses, who clung to denial. The rain washed it all away. And for the first time in months, I felt like I could finally breathe.